Hi, I'm Joe Gertis, and this is Coffee in the Capitol. Hosting us today in our state capitol office is State Senator Kim Ward of the 39th Senatorial District in Pennsylvania. Senator, thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Senator, you were first elected in 2008 as a state senator, but you have a long history of public service before that, particularly in local government, serving as a township supervisor and a county commissioner. How have those past experiences helped you in your daily job as a Pennsylvania state senator?
Well, they've been invaluable. As a supervisor for 6 years, I was a supervisor in Hemphill Township. And the issues that we faced, I always say that being a local official is the hardest job you have, because you are on the ground with your neighbors when they have issues. It was difficult, but I learned so much, and I know what the issues are that the supervisors are struggling with, you know, whether it be flooding or liquid fuels taxes or any of the issues that really create a challenge for local government. I understand them, and I do my best to help. You know, I stay in touch with a lot of those guys. I attend all of their events that I can, and some of my favorite people are township supervisors.
The legislative year is coming to an end. We're getting ready to go into 2020. It's hard to believe we're moving into 2020, but thought maybe you might want to recap some of the triumphs over the past legislative year, and maybe some of the things that you're looking at for 2020 moving ahead.
So, you know, as the transportation chairman, I took that position in January and got thrown right into the whole turnpike being sued issue, because as we know, we're always talking about the turnpike and the rates, but they're forced to pay $450 million a year for mass transit. So we went right into that issue, and that does affect the constituents on the ground. You know, in the district I serve, we have 3 turnpike exits. We have toll roads, and those constituents that I represent are actually being taxed twice. Their gas taxes go up every year, and their turnpike tolls go up every year. So that needed to be addressed right away. Well, working on transportation issues has really been the center of what I've been doing since January. And on that, right along that scale, you know, I put a bill out to change the emission rules. You know, just last week I went and had my car with 15,000 miles inspected, and I paid my emission fee. So just trying to kind of change that and relieve the drivers of that burden where we don't always have to have it. Now, some cars probably need to have emissions when you're a certain age car, but I think there are things that we can do to make it better on the drivers.
And Senator, you've been doing some work on municipal authorities. You want to talk about that?
I have been trying for a couple of years to find some accountability. It's very difficult. You have a board of supervisors or commissioners that appoint people to these authorities who work and provide a vital utility to the people that we all represent. And the buck doesn't stop anywhere when there's an issue. So I had been working on a bill, and it's just kept dying in the House. So Representative Ryan had a municipal authority bill that he sent over to give the county commissioners or supervisors, your local boards, the ability to say, what's going on there, and we'd like to take a look. So they would have they are the appointing board, and they would have the ability to look at the financials, look at how they are operating. Because somewhere along the way, we have to have accountability.
Senator, one thing that you'd like to accomplish in the year 2020, anything that's top on your list that you think should be addressed moving forward?
Well, I'm pretty focused here on this emissions.
Understood.
This emissions issue, and we are looking at some possible changes to some of the child abuse laws. Perhaps it's very important to all of us. We're looking at human trafficking, and I do think that local governments have a role that they can play, because we have a lot of local employees out there, local police forces, local supervisors. They are out there, and they can see and may run across it. If not, can they train their folks in their road crew to be aware?
Well, Senator, I'm sure we could go on and on, but time of the essence, you've got to get back to the floor. Thank you so much for having us here in your Harrisburg office, and we look forward to working with you and the township supervisors for years to come.
Okay.
Well, that's all the time we have today. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to PSATS YouTube channel and follow our social media pages for more township video news content. Also, to suggest topics for CNC, email tvn@psats.org or contact me, Joe Gertis, at jgertis@psats.org or 717-763-0930, extension 122. Next Tuesday, look for Dave Talk. Thank you for joining us on Coffee in the Capitol.